Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you hear it? Did you just hear it? You didn't hear it? Let me tell you a story. It's an incredible story. There are people that are running around outside, not like owls. We don't run around outside. We don't do such things like that. But there are people running around outside like crazies, like they're zombies. They're crazies. The crazies are running around outside. Stay home. Stay safe. Remain 6 feet apart. Remember to wash your hands. There's a virus. It's causing a pandemic. They're crazy people now. No, no, that's the story. That's not the story. Let me tell you the story. Because I don't want it to be confused with the story. The story goes something like this. They don't have any more money. Who do I owe money to anyway? I mean, think about this for a minute, kiddos. Why do I owe for something that doesn't exist? And to whom am I paying the debt to? No one ever tells me. They just tell me at a certain point in time, I should pay a certain amount of money to live on the planet I didn't ask to be born on. Kind of weird, isn't it? But they never tell you who you owe their money to. Like, who ends up getting the money? Show me the money, show me the money. Who ends up getting the money, though? Who is it? A wise purple owl is about to tell you. But first, there are people outside that are running around like crazies. Now, I'm being judgmental. I'm using the word crazies. Let me back up a little bit. Tell you how they got to be so crazy. Kind of not a long story. It's a short story. But I want to be so not melodramatic about the story. Kind of goes like this. There were people kind of disjointed. Don't really know who they are anymore. And they've been abused for so long. And the abuse has been so horrible in nature that you really can't even quite fathom it. It's worse than, oh man, It's worse than any horror movie you've ever seen before. And the people who do the abusing, they pretend as though they don't know why they abuse, act as though they've been abused by the abuser. It's a good act, I guarantee you. It wins an Academy Award. Abuse. Well, it's crazy people. They're doing something that's even more crazy. Want to hear what they're doing? I wouldn't recommend this. I'm just going to go right there and tell you, I don't recommend this happening. But, that being said, if you got one of these on, enough said. You know, they're doing something crazy in my opinion. But crazy people usually do crazy things. And you can't blame these crazy people for being crazy, because I just told you, they've been abused. The abusers are trying to blame the people that they abuse and trying to obfuscate their abuse onto people that they abused. You know, the crazies who are running around are kind of like the new normal people. And the people who are criticizing the new normal people are kind of like the abnormal people. But they think they're normal. You know, I don't recommend crazy people doing crazy things, though. Because abnormal people who think they're normal tend to retaliate. And oh, are they planning to retaliate? You know, because the masters of abuse, well, they know one thing. They know how to abuse. So, what would I recommend crazy people do? This is a good question. So you might want to pay attention to the answer. Well, if I were crazy, which we all kind of are in our own unique kind of ways, if I were crazy, what I would do is do exactly what the abnormal people are doing. Act like you're normal. Pretend that you're normal. But truly be crazy. So, acting is difficult. Requires talent. Requires skills. Requires discipline, patience, perseverance. Those things are not necessarily always readily available or handy to a crazy person. But acting, we all have to act. We all have to do our part in this crazy movie. So, what would I do? Well, they're saying that the crazy people, this is the story. Then I'm going to tell you the story. Apparently, what's being reported is, and when I say what's being reported, the abnormal people are doing the reporting. What's being reported is that the crazy people are running around outside looting. Now, if you need a refresher course on looting or the definition thereof of what the word looting means, it means to steal something that doesn't belong to you. Now, this was often done in war times, hence why you get the word looting, because to the victor goes the spoils of war, hence looting. Now, nobody likes looting. No. I certainly don't, because I don't like violence. Although, defense and violence have been confused for millennia. So, looting. Now, you can say that a looter, one who loots, or one who steals, is not the smartest crazy person in the world. How do I get to that conclusion? Well, a looter is sort of kind of like a procrastinator. What do you mean by that? Well, a procrastinator is somebody that waits to the last minute to do something. They felt or they knew they should have done it prior to the last minute. They sat around and they waited and lollygagged and did nothing. And then, when they realized, oh shit, I better get this done. Well, it's the last minute. So you don't know whether you're going to get it done or not. You're kind of rushing. You're kind of running out of time. Hence a looter. That's why I'm not thinking that that's the smartest person in the world. Definitely not the smartest crazy person in the world. Now, why is it a tactic that's so commonly used, though? Well, a lot of crazy people wait to the last minute. Hence, the masses looting. Because it's always people that are abnormal that stick their little finger in their mouth and stick it to the air and see which way the direction of the wind is blowing. Now, the crazy people, they don't do that. They listen to the abnormal people report to them the news. Now, we have a predicament. We have a real predicament. It's going to be really nice to sit back and behold. Here's the predicament that everybody's in. The abnormal, the crazy, the normal, if there are any that exist. Here's the predicament everybody finds themselves sitting in at the moment. There's more crazy people than abnormal people. Oh boy. But you're going to say, abnormal people are crazy. No, they're a different category off to themselves. And you small percentage of normal people, boy, you're just going back like, get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, too late for that. So, You got the abnormal people who know they're fucked, for the lack of terminology. You got the crazy people who know they're fucked, but they're pissed off that they're fucked because they don't think it should be their fault that they're fucked. They think it should be the abnormal people's fault that they're fucked. The abnormal people want to blame the normal people because they're like, why didn't you tell us? Normal people are like, tell you what. So, here's what I do, crazy people. I wouldn't loot. No. That's what the abnormal people are expecting you to do. No. I do what the abnormal people are doing. Not looting. Now you're going to say, you're a crazy person, Purple Owl. It doesn't make sense what you're telling me. It's not logical. Abnormality is not logical. Now, if I'm a crazy person and I'm not going to loot and I know I'm not prepared, the final question the crazy person is going to ask me is, Purple Owl, if I'm not prepared and you don't want me to loot, what do you want me to do? Good question. Here's a good answer. I want you to do just like I'm doing. Being abnormal. Thank you. You all, well, it's going to be a pleasure to see you again. Because after all, it's been a long, long time coming.